Hello, folks. I am back, and I am really happy on my birthday week. I finally got my tax stamp in, and I finally got my suppressor. My dealer called and said, "Come on in and pick it up." And what you see here is the SilencerCo Omega 300, and it's a pretty decent suppressor here. I'm going to give you a few little facts on this, not too much. The caliber compatibility is going to be a 5.7 millimeter to 300 Win Mag. The total length is going to be 7.09 inches. Now, this is going to vary because of the back here. This is your quick detach on this side here, and this what they call a type of muzzle brake right here on the front. It is also detachable, so you can bring that down to a smaller size like this. The weight is going to be 14 ounces. The diameter is going to be 1.56 inches, and the what they call the muzzle average, we're talking about in decibels. If you're using 300 blackout, which is what I'm going to be using it for, 119.5 decibels, as well as 556, which I'm also going to use this on that five. It's going to be 130.1 decibels. Now, the average sound in decibels, I do believe, is somewhere hovering around 160 or a little above, but this mutes that sound very quickly. The finish that I have on this one, this is your standard black one. It does come in a sniper gray. A lot of people have the sniper gray if you look online. Also, there's the white and the FDE. This suppressor is also fully auto rated, and it's fully auto rated, and it's not going to give you any trouble if you have a fully automatic firearm. I don't have the licensing for that, so I won't have to worry about that. The finish I forgot to mention is a titanium finish or construction, and it is one of the things that Silencer Code emphatically wants you to know. It is not rated for lead projectiles. You will mess this up. So don't even think about using a lead projectile inside this. Now, it does come with, let me open up the box here. It does come with, of course, your instruction manual, as well as some tools, and as well, this is a little baggie that you could use this in for transportation. I know some other people had said they had something else that they, like a sock or something. And this right here, this is for a direct thread mount. So if you're not using the quick detach, you can use this for direct thread, and it would also uh, decrease the length of the suppressor. So this would be good for precision shooting, or whether you're using something like a bolt action rifle. But I want to use a quick detach, so I won't be using this at all. Now, mine did not come with a flat end cap. You can buy that separate from Silencer Co. Also, it does come with one muzzle brake, and I'm going to show that to you in a minute. I'm going to show that to you on what I used it on. I used it actually on the Daniel Defense PDW. So I'm going to move that into the picture frame here. And this is the muzzle brake that it comes with right here. A lot of people will say that these are loud or whatnot, but it came with it, so I decided to put it on so it can quickly detach. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this, but I'm going to do it off camera because the YouTube gods are going to probably say I might be modifying a firearm. So I'll be back with you momentarily. Okay, now that I have that attached to this, just so you'll know, all you have to do is detach this, attach this on, And there's your quick detach lock right here. So I don't know if you can see it, it does say lock and it points to the arrow this direction. So you turn this counterclockwise and then you turn the lock on so your suppressor can stay put in place. Now, some people have made mistakes in the past with this particular suppressor. They left this locked and then tried to put it on. And then when they tried to put it on, started that string of shooting, what happened was the suppressor went flying off. So what you will have to do is make sure it is unlocked first, then screw the suppressor on, and then lock it. And I'm going to try to give you a better view of what the full-size product looks like. And there you go. Here's the suppressor length right here. Like I said, I don't have the other end cap, but the flatter end cap will shorten up its size for concealability in transportation, whether you want to put it in the backpack. So that's what this whole firearm looks like with this on. To take this off, you just do the reverse. You'll just make sure you unlock it first, and then you twist it off. Now, one thing I want to mention to people about the Daniel Defense PDW. The PDW comes with two buffer springs. Now, the original spring that's inside it is going to be a red. You notice it's red here. This was inside the PDW when I first got this, and it's as soon as you pick up the PDW, this will be installed in the PDW. Now, the reason why it's color coded is because this particular spring is only for unsuppressed subsonic rounds. Unsuppressed subsonic rounds when you want to shoot this particular firearm. Right now, I put the regular spring in. Since I have the suppressor, the regular spring that's inside now will handle suppressed and all other situations. So once you put your suppressor on, make sure you take this spring out. And I just wanted to let people know that I found this out from the Daniel Defense's website on their video. Okay, now I'm going to show you what the suppressor looks like on the 6-hour MCX Rattler. This is 300 blackout. I don't know if I mentioned that this was 300 blackout as well, but it's 300 blackout. And this is what it looks like with the suppressor on. It does sit pretty much snug, very well snug. It does have the same muzzle brake that was supplied by SilencerCo, so I had to buy an extra one for this. And like I said, it is a 300 blackout, and I just wanted to let you know what it looks like with this suppressor on here. And with this, similar to, let's say, when it comes to shooting this particular firearm, you notice on the Rattler, there is a gas adjustment right here. Now, hopefully I can focus that in. There is a gas adjustment on this. Now, when you have the Rattler, what you're going to have to do is when you have this adjustment here, when you're not shooting any rounds, if you're not shooting any rounds that are, let's say, that are suppressed, you can use this in setting. I don't know if you can see it that well, but there is a setting for plus and minus here. You just flip the little tab right here, and you'll see it go from plus to minus. Now, if you put it on the plus side, it is for adverse shooting. That means it will be able to shoot any type of ammo, whether it's subsonic or supersonic. Now, if you want to shoot this with the suppressor on, you would have to put this in the minus side. Now the minus side, when it's suppressed, you can shoot pretty much what you want, supersonic or subsonic, but make sure you want have this in the minus side. Now Tim from the Military Arms channel, I think he tried it in just the plus side, and he had some issues with gas in the face. So you can check out that video on Tim from the Military Arms channel. He's a big fan of the Rattler in that configuration. But just so you know, I'm going to repeat again because I'm not sure if I made that clear. You can shoot this without the suppressor on in the plus or minus. Minus would be for like normal situations of shooting when there's nothing, where there's no suppressor, or if you put it on the plus side, it would deal with adverse. It will help you shoot this without any issues with ammunition. And the reason why they have these adjustments is so that there won't be any type of malfunctions or anything of that nature. And it also regulates that gas, especially when you have your suppressor on, so you won't get that notorious gas in the face. So those are the two things that you have to really think about real quickly, and it depends on how you're going to use your firearm. I'm going to show you the next firearm I'm going to put this suppressor on as well. Okay, this is going to be on my DD V7P. This is the pistol variant. I just wanted to show you this before I put the suppressor on. This is a flash hider. The flash hider basically, it does what it says. It's pretty much dampens the flash so you're not seen or whatnot when you're doing something tactical or whatnot. Now, the thing about this particular flash hider, it's a little different in the fact that you see these prongs here. These prongs are set at different lengths. Like some manufacturers make the prongs, like my original flash hider that was on my Rattler, they were all the same length. But when you stagger the prong size, like this is one length, I don't know how well you can see it on the camera, but they're different sizes. And the reason why they do that is to prevent a pinging sound as you fire, because some people will fire their rounds and they'll hear like a slight little ping as the projectile exits the barrel and past the muzzle brake or whatever the case may be. Well, the flash hider in this case. So it will have a pinging sound. So this is supposed to eliminate that. But this is good for if you want to just shoot this firearm regular. And it tends to be a little bit less noisier than just the plain muzzle brake. The muzzle brake usually is louder. It's usually designed for competition, that type of thing, so you can get back on target quickly. But I'm not worried about that because I'm just going to shoot this with probably with the suppressor anyway. Okay, and now I want you to see what it looks like with the suppressor mounted on. And I noticed in this configuration, it's a little bit heavier. On the other two PDWs, it didn't bother me as much as the weight, but it is a little bit heavier. It's probably, maybe I need to take this off to lighten the weight or whatever the case may be. But just remember, whatever you add, sometimes things can get a little bit heavier, especially on this, on certain suppressors, it can be a lot heavier. This is only, like I said, about 7 ounces. There are some that weigh a lot heavy, suppressors that weigh a lot heavier. And I just can't wait to shoot this one because I haven't tested out this trigger yet. That's the Geisley flat face trigger on there. But I just wanted to let you see what it looked like in this configuration. Installation is fairly easy. I'm not mechanically inclined, but I did have a friend help me with this because I didn't have the proper tools and the proper equipment to do this. But this is probably the easiest one to install. You just take your regular flash hider, you take it off, and you just put this on. Now, this does not have to be timed, meaning that there's like a couple little crush washers or washers that have to go on the end that will allow you to put this on properly and to be snug properly. Now, on the muzzle brakes right here, they have to be timed because you want the uh, where your outlets are on the sides, you want them to be even on both sides. So the best way to do that, to make sure this is flat topped right here in this area here, and this side, as you see, you have your ports right here for when gas comes out. So this is a really good muzzle brake here. Like I said, a lot of people use these in competition to get back on target and so forth. I've never shot any of these firearms with this suppressor because unfortunately we are going through this COVID-19 situation, and once my area relaxes some of the restrictions, hopefully I can get to a range and get to shoot this and let you know feedback on it, and also you will get some video on this suppressor. So hopefully I can get that done in maybe in the next few weeks, because we don't know what's going on over here in Pennsylvania as far as restrictions and so forth. But I am looking forward to using this. Also, I plan to do some other shooting videos and to keep up with some other reviews. Again, like I said, the COVID-19 situation has jammed things up. But this is probably the best birthday gift I can get for myself because, like I said, the tax stamp came in time and this was available. So another thing I want to mention is that I am not an expert on suppressors. This is my very first one. So if you have any information or you want to talk about suppressors or let me know additional information, feel free to put them at the comments below. And if tell me what type of experiences have you had with suppressors. Okay, and that's all I have for now, folks. Happy shooting. Please stay safe. #2A.